Hi there. We're up to our next pop-up talk during the lunch break with Christian Tiplady.
I'm Christian Tiplady, and I'm a committee member with the TED-SIG, and I also help to produce this DevelopPod, so the podcast if you haven't heard of it. A nice little plug there. So I'm going to talk about conference burnout, actually. We're the first day of the conference, and I've just heard a really good talk from Simon Brewster on teacher burnout. My question to him was, I suppose, and there wasn't time for questions, how about the managers and mentors? How are they supported, and who mentors the managers? This time last year, I was working at a manager in an organisation in London, and I had previously been accepted to do a talk at IATEVL, actually for the first time, in Brighton, my adopted home city. And I prepared what I thought very thoroughly, and I suppose in the background there was quite a lot of stress going on in my life. There was a toxic environment at work. I had some friends staying, so I was I threw myself out of my room and stayed in my caravan on the seafront. And I suppose I was somewhat dishevelled and didn't know about it. Anyway, my talk was coming up, and I think burnt myself out the night before, and over-prepared and tried to whittle it down and make it perfect. I delivered the talk, and it was okay. It wasn't perfect, and I was kind of a bit ashamed of myself because I'm a teacher educator and I want to be perfect. I'm also dyslexic, and the backdrop was that I looked through this brochure, which is fantastic, and color-coded everything. I decided I was going to learn from this brochure and go to exactly the talks I want to do. I've been coming to conferences for about 15 years now, and sometimes you go to some absolutely awful sessions, sometimes you go to wonderful sessions, and to some extent it's the luck of the draw, but if you look through this you can actually hone it down and find the ones you want to go to. So I had been to some amazing sessions, and I had honed it down, did my talk, felt exhausted, went home and crashed, and the next day I got up and wasn't feeling quite right, and I went to the conference and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to take some time out. And I went to the beach and had a magical moment of learning. And I went to a talk this morning on the Tao of teaching. It's somewhat light-hearted, but it has some really interesting points. I suppose it was a call for us to do less, and that less is more. One quote that he gave was, "To know enough is enough to know." And another one that struck me was, "Give up learning and put an end to all your troubles." So take a break from the conference. Take a break. Just choose one session during the day that you don't need to. I had a nervous breakdown this time last year and ended up briefly in hospital. And it was the best learning moment of my life because I left the conference and had a moment on the beach sitting there. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Good one.